Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Relationships can be tricky, and today we're diving into a topic every man should be aware of. Because sometimes there are red flags in a relationship, and it's important to know what they are and how to spot them. So if a woman shows these signs, run fast. And make sure you watch till the end, because most men miss number 6, and believe me, you don't want to miss that one. Sign 1. Constant criticism. More than just a nagging feeling. Okay, first up, we've got constant criticism. If you find yourself on the receiving end of a never-ending stream of negativity, that's a big problem. It's annoying, it's stressful, and it wears you down over time. And let's be honest, constant criticism can really do a number on your self-esteem. So, if you're in a relationship where you're constantly being criticized, it's important to have an honest conversation with yourself and with her about what's going on. Sign 2. Jealousy and possessiveness. Love gone too far? Next up, we've got jealousy and possessiveness. A little bit of jealousy can be kind of cute, but when it turns into possessiveness, it's a red flag. Suddenly, you're not allowed to have female friends, and checking your phone becomes a national security issue. Jealousy and possessiveness aren't about love, they're about control. So if your partner is constantly accusing you of cheating, or if they try to control who you see and what you do, it's time to have a serious talk about boundaries and trust. Sign 3. A history of cheating. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Now let's talk about a history of cheating. Cheating is a whole other level of messed up. It's like taking a sledgehammer to the foundation of your relationship. Look, I'm all about second chances, but when it comes to cheating, you have to be honest with yourself about whether or not you can truly forgive and forget. So, if your partner has a history of cheating, it's important to have a very open and honest conversation about what happened, why it happened, and what steps they're taking to make sure it never happens again. Sign 4. Disrespecting boundaries. Your line in the sand. Let's talk about boundaries. Boundaries are those invisible lines that define where you end and another person begins. They are essential for maintaining your mental and emotional well-being. We all have them, right? It's like that invisible fence you get for your dog, except it's for your heart and your sanity. These boundaries help us protect our personal space, our time, and our emotional energy. And in a healthy relationship, those boundaries are respected. When both partners understand and honor each other's limits, it fosters trust and mutual respect. But when someone constantly disrespects your boundaries, it's like they're saying, "Hey, your feelings and your needs don't really matter to me." This can lead to feelings of frustration, resentment, and even emotional exhaustion. Maybe you've told your partner that you need some alone time after work to de-stress, but they keep blowing up your phone the minute you walk in the door. This constant disregard for your needs can make you feel undervalued and overwhelmed. Disrespecting boundaries is a sign of a lack of respect for you as a person. It shows that the other person is not willing to acknowledge your individuality and your right to have your own space and time. So, if you're with someone who can't seem to respect your boundaries, it's important to have a conversation about what's going on. Open communication is key. Explain how their actions make you feel and why it's important for you to have those boundaries. If they truly care about you, they will make an effort to understand and respect your needs. Sign 5. Emotional manipulation. Are you being played? Okay, this next one is a real doozy. Emotional manipulation. It's like a magician using smoke and mirrors to trick you, except instead of pulling a rabbit out of a hat, they're pulling the wool over your eyes. Emotional manipulation can be really subtle. It can start with little things like guilt trips, passive-aggressive comments, or playing the victim. But over time, it can escalate into something much more serious. Emotional manipulation is all about control and power. So, if you think you're being emotionally manipulated, it's so important to reach out for help. Sign 6. Isolation from friends and family, alone in a crowd. This one, my friends, is a biggie, and it's often a sign of something much more sinister lurking beneath the surface. Isolation can creep in slowly, almost unnoticed at first, but its effects are profound and far-reaching. If a woman starts isolating you from your friends and family, be very, very wary. This behavior is not just a red flag, it's a glaring warning sign that something is seriously wrong. This is a classic tactic used by abusers to gain control over their partners. By cutting you off from your support network, they make you more dependent on them and easier to manipulate. Your friends and family are your support system. They provide you with love, advice, and a sense of belonging. Without them, you can feel lost and alone. And when you're cut off from them, you become isolated and vulnerable. This isolation can lead to feelings of depression, anxiety, and helplessness. It's like being stranded on a desert island with only your thoughts and a coconut for company. The loneliness can be overwhelming, and it can be hard to see a way out. So if you find yourself canceling plans with friends, avoiding family gatherings, or constantly making excuses for why you can't see the people you love, it's time to take a step back and assess your relationship. Ask yourself why this is happening and whether it's healthy for you. It's time to ask yourself some tough questions and to seek help if you need it. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who care about you and support you. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Sign 7. Negative Nancy, the Debbie Downer of relationships. Look, life is too short to be surrounded by negativity. Am I right? We all have our bad days, but if your partner has a consistently negative attitude towards life, it's going to take a toll on you. It's like being stuck in a room with a broken record player that's only playing sad songs. Now, I'm all for a good vent session every now and then, but when negativity becomes a constant presence in your relationship, it can be incredibly draining. Life is too short to be with someone who sucks the joy out of everything. So if your partner is constantly bringing you down, it's important to have an honest conversation with them about how their negativity is affecting you. Sign 8. Financial irresponsibility, money matters. Let's be real, folks. Money can be a major source of stress in any relationship. But when someone is financially irresponsible, it can create a whole new level of chaos and conflict. Now, I'm not saying you need to be rolling in dough to have a happy relationship, but it's important to be with someone who is responsible with their finances, who pays their bills on time, and who doesn't treat your bank account like their personal piggy bank. So if you're with someone who is financially irresponsible, it's important to have an open and honest conversation about your finances and to come up with a plan that works for both of you. Sign 9. Lack of empathy. Walking a mile in your shoes. Empathy, my friends. It's the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It's about connecting on a deeper level, beyond just words and actions. It's like being able to see the world through someone else's eyes, to feel their joy and their pain as if it were your own. Imagine stepping into their shoes, experiencing their highs and lows. And let me tell you, empathy is crucial in any relationship. It builds trust, fosters understanding, and strengthens the bond between people. But when someone lacks empathy, it's like they're living in their own little bubble, oblivious to the feelings of those around them. They might not even realize the impact of their actions or words. A lack of empathy can manifest itself in many ways. It can be subtle, like not noticing when you're upset, or more obvious, like dismissing your feelings entirely. Maybe your partner constantly dismisses your feelings, tells you you're overreacting, or makes you feel bad for being upset. These actions can leave you feeling isolated and misunderstood. So, if you're with someone who seems incapable of understanding or sharing your feelings, it's important to have a serious conversation about the lack of empathy in the relationship. Addressing it head-on can pave the way for better communication and a deeper connection. Sign 10. A history of abusive behavior, recognizing the red flags. This last one is tough to talk about, but it's so important. A history of abusive behavior is a major red flag, and it's something that should never, ever be ignored. Abuse can take many forms, from physical violence to emotional manipulation to verbal abuse. If your partner has a history of hurting you or anyone else, physically or emotionally, it's crucial that you seek help immediately. Don't make excuses for them. Abusive behavior is a pattern, and it's not your responsibility to fix it. Your safety and your well-being are paramount. If you are in an abusive relationship, please reach out for help. Well, folks, there you have it. 10 signs that it might be time to lace up those running shoes and head for the hills. Remember, relationships should bring joy, support, and love into your life, not drama, stress, and heartache. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to our channel for more relationship advice. Remember, you deserve to be in a happy and healthy relationship. See you in the next video.